Okay, so I know I started out this video by saying that this was Black for Greymon OTK versus Red Hybrids. However, there is an extra bonus game after this because this game went by really fast. Unfortunately, I started recording my second game halfway through the video. Well, halfway through, like, the first round, really. And I couldn't make it its own video, so I'm just attaching it to this one. So, yay, you get to see Black for Greymon OTK beat some not meta decks. So, my start is, like, decent. I'd really have preferred to have an Agumon, and that way I could then Digivolve into the X and use the Cool Boy, but it's fine. My opponent is playing Red Hybrid OTK, but they do have just a regular Red Hybrid package. Then here, I'm really just looking for an X Antibody Greymon so I can proc the Cool Boy, but unfortunately we do not search it. If you don't know much about Greymon OTK, pretty much in BT14, one of them would be in top 16 every single time, but just a single one, and not many players know about it or know about the combo. You might be looking at my hand being like, why do you have 3 Chimeramon? But trust me, it is for a good purpose. I would arguably say it is the OTK deck. Anyways, I should probably be commentating on the gameplay. So my opponent, if you haven't seen Ancient Greymon, Red Hybrid, they can swing with their Agunimon, Digivolve for 2 into their Mega, do 3 checks because, you know, that's just what it does. However, it does kill itself, but on deletion, they get to play out a hybrid. So, instantly go from 5 to 2 security. I'm a little worried, but it isn't the worst. I do have really great setup, though. So, we might be able to see the OTK this turn. You'd be like, what do you mean, OTK? You only have 1 memory in an Agumon and Reason. And I guess there is a Cool Boy in offense training that just got popped. But as you see, offense training, go into Greymon, pretty much essentially gain a memory. I also gained a memory off of Cool Boy and got Search. And then I play out Agumon for 3. Now that I have a yellow source on the field, I can use Blinding Ray. And then I get Gravity Crush. And that way I have enough memory to go into my Mega. Chimeramon gives Rush. So, also it does minus DP for every color. It is 4 colors. It gains the color of every single inheritable and its own color. But, so I'm at 4 colors, white, red, yellow, and black. But as I was saying, Chimeramon, just DNA Digivolving gives you Rush. And because the street has a new Digimon. So we go into the old, what was that? It's a promo, I think it was from BT3 or 4, Black for Greymon. And essentially it can Digiburst 2 to unsuspend. So with my Rush and with my now 50 sources, I can just swing, unsuspend, swing, unsuspend. And the neat thing is you also still get protection if you have, like, Greymon inheritables. And you also get, like, tons of DP. So there, we just go for game. And we actually had another extra swing. Because there was 2 inheritables. But you just are essentially a lot of DP. I don't know if you saw, I think that was, what, plus 12k DP, because you gain plus 2k every time attacking with the one Agumon inheritable. So we're just going into another round. That hand is absolutely, I mean, it's actually not bad. There was a memory boost and Pyrosphere, but I didn't want to take it. Essentially, you almost always want a rookie, and lo and behold, it is the exact same start. Unfortunately, the one Greymon in my hand that can gain a memory only works if there is an Agumon in the sources, which Agumon X is not Agumon, so it doesn't work that way. So I just swing in. Really, the whole deck's plan is to just draw cards. You're not really worried about, like, chipping away at their security. It is only drawing. Also, play the Searcher Agumon, search Black or Greymon. It is an only black card, so none of the searching options can actually search for it. You have to either draw into it or search it with Agumon. If you haven't noticed, my opponent, they are not doing the greatest. They've had to hard play an Agumon. They use Fire Rocket to give it, or is that Atomic Infirm? I don't even know what the option is called. It's one cost, gives it plus 3k DP, and gives it security attack plus 1. That makes them 8k with 2 checks, but first check Chimeramon, they instantly die. And then, because of the 2 cool boys, when I Digivolve Agumon to Agumon X, I draw 3, and then do an additional search top 3, which is just broken. Cool Boy is still good, even after releasing 5 sets ago. So we just play another Cool Boy, hope for the Greymon X, we get it. So that's another 2 draws. And at this point, we are set up. We have the Chimeramon, we have the Blackbird Greymon, and my opponent literally cannot do anything. So next turn is essentially guaranteed win. And my opponent, with their absolute terrible hand, just scoops. And just really shows, look at the draw, can absolutely end your games. Because the first game, they at least had a fighting chance, but this game, just immediately play a champion and lose. So here is my second game. This is the one where the footage cut off at the beginning, so you get to see it right after they go into their Mega. But we are playing against Imperial Dramon, the purple-red version. I don't know how many sets ago it came out. It's one of the X sets, I think. But essentially you can just like play a bunch of Digimon and just climb up the line into Imperial Dramon in like one go. So they check 2 checks after swinging through my dude. They don't proc options and security. And sadly, I miss out on a mental. I mean, what is that? An offense training. And it's looking pretty bad. However, I can play an offense training of my own and then a memory boost. So they swing in for another 2 checks. Doesn't even matter that they hit Gravity Crush and Blinding Ray. They do not have security effects, which is sort of sad, but they sort of are busted. If they had Omnimon, they could have gone for game, but I'm not sure if they run Omnimon. So they just set me to 1 memory with a memory set of their own. And at 1 memory, I raise my Agumon, go into Agumon X, gain a memory from Cool Boy, pop Mental Training, go into Greymon, gaining a memory off of that. Go into Greymon X, play out Agumon, the yellow-red version, and search Greymon. I can now use Blinding Ray because I have a yellow. And then also, you know, it's just shenanigans. I pop my memory boost. Blinding Ray doesn't even need there to be security to use this effect, so it is very useful to use whenever you're on 0 security. So we just go up the line and go into Blackboard Greymon, and it's just ridiculous at this point. They only gave me 1 memory and I had like an Agumon in the Raising, and even though there was an offense training and a memory boost, I didn't even need the memory boost, and we just go up into Blackboard Greymon, instantly OTK them. So at this point, if you're liking the beatdown of non-meta decks, you can go ahead and give the video a like and show Blackboard Greymon some love. And then I start with this hand, which is actually extremely good. One problem with Chimeramon, it is not searchable by any effect. You just have to draw into it. So playing out these searcher Agumons can sort of be risky, but it's not the worst, because you have to search for your Blackboard Greymon. We get the Metal Greymon, and that's pretty much just a tech card. I believe you'll probably see it in one of these videos. I mean, in one of these rounds. But it's just a one-of in the deck to help out. Unfortunately, I don't have any Cool Boy or anything like that, but I can go into Greymon just regularly. Missing out on a few draws, but that's okay. The Agumon Inheritable actually gives plus 2k when attacking at security, and then the Greymon Inheritable is plus 1k, so the first Greymon X was actually a 9k swing in security. And then I go ahead and go into the other Greymon X, and I get the Greymon Inheritable. So on top of the Agumon Inheritable, both Greymons were 9k swinging at security, and then just pass turn by playing the Agumon. My opponent is just doing some Imperial Dramon shenanigans. They trash a card, draw 2, then they tap Matt to gain a memory. They have decent setup, and even though they have 6 cards in their hand, there is nothing they can do, and they just have to pass turn. So at this point, my board is really set up. I just need to draw into Chimeramon, and I would win. However, it's looking like there's not many ways for me to search right now. I'm not entirely sure what they can do next turn. So I'm thinking they probably don't really run blocker stuff. So if I just swing in and set them to 0 memory, next turn I'll just raise and attack for game. I don't think there is much they can do after that. And there we bottom deck another Chimeramon. So that's 2 Chimeramons gone. We can take another Greymon. In this deck, Greymon X Antibody, the red-black one, is completely useless because you go into Chimeramon, so you don't need the cost reduction. So in fact, the BT9 Greymon is actually better than the black-red Greymon X Antibody. So my opponent does get a level 4, and they're popping boosts, they're drawing, they go into their other level 4. I was rereading the option because I wasn't sure if a red Digimon could evolve, but no, it only says to Digivolve into a purple Digimon. So they can Digivolve off of the Vmon. And at this point, even though they searched so many cards and drawn quite a bit of cards, they do not have a level 5. Though it is arguable, if you didn't notice earlier in the game, they actually trashed a level 5, and now at this point in the game they don't have it. But you sort of expect to come across another level 5. But anyways, those were the games. So I was going to go into Metal Greymon, but I didn't end up doing that. So I hope you like Black Greymon. Thanks for watching.